guys, and welcome back to Cherry Blossom Corner. Today we are playing more Drops of Death. So we've done 2 of the 4 routes. We've done Nick's route with Fawn as the killer. We did Edwin's route with Nick as the killer. I think this time we're going to go for Natasha. And we're going to still randomly generate the killer. So I haven't romanced anyone that's been the killer yet. So I might have just jinxed myself, but pick for me. We're gonna randomly generate. Confirm. And we're gonna skip all this. If I can skip. Run. Okay, day 1, Monday.
And you're sure you couldn't see their face?
I'm so sure. Tell the truth.
No, thank you.
Kill me.
Hi. No.
Ask about Natasha. That girl, Natasha, do you know who she is?
Nah.
Nope. She taps the side of her chin. She seems to be here for an interrogation, though. Maybe she's part of your case.
Huh?
You think so? Well, she could be here for a different case, but I'm not sure what else Nick is working on right now. I'm pretty sure your case has top priority for him. Oh, I see. When she came in, Singh mentioned something about her not having been told the news. Maybe she knew the victims. I give myself a shake. I'd better get to class. Thanks, Fawn. It was nice meeting you. Thanks. See you around the station sometime.
Hey there.
Did you know the
Did you know
victims?
the victims?
You.
That's just as dangerous.
Thank you. Huh?
Go outside and talk to Natasha.
Talk to you later.
Hey, I'll talk to you later, okay?
What are you doing?
We didn't even get lunch yet. Where are you going? I spotted someone I know outside. Who is it?
Bye.
I'll tell you more later. Grab my coat and run for the door before Natasha can get too far away. No flurries hit my face the moment I step outside. With my vision momentarily blocked, I lose sight of Natasha and look around anxiously. She was over there just a minute ago, so... I finally spot her walking down the sidewalk amidst the sea of people. As I hurry toward her, my social anxiety flares up. What am I even doing? We barely know each other, and our conversation this morning was nothing if not awkward. But it's too late to turn back. By the time I get it into my head to flee back to the security of the restaurant, Natasha has already noticed someone approaching her. She turns around and frowns as though I've invaded her privacy.
Natasha, right?
You're... the witness.
Man, I'm not crazy about being remembered like that.
Adrian. My name is Adrian.
Okay.
We stare at each other for a moment.
Did you need something?
Not exactly. Just...
No one else understands what this is like. This? You know, being involved in a murder investigation. He looks away. I'd hardly say we're involved in the same way. Well, yeah. She knew the victims while I witnessed the actual crime. She has a personal connection, which I don't. I went through the trauma of the incident while she didn't.
I can't believe this.
But to everyone else, it's so distant. It's like a story. So, you came to me because you need someone to talk to? Maybe?
Sorry.
You know, I'm sorry you had to witness something like that. It must have been horrible. It was. I swallow hard. And I'm sorry for your loss. She shakes her head. It was a while ago that I swam for the team. Oh.
Yeah.
No swirls around us. 2 complete strangers at a loss for words. I need to get to class. Sorry, I didn't mean to hold you up. Just like that, she turns around and merges with the crowd. In a few seconds, I can't see her anymore. Her reaction to my condolences was unusual. It occurs to me now that she didn't refer to the girls as her friends this morning, just that they swam together. Was there bad blood between them? Is that why she was brought in for questioning? Even though I can't see her anymore, I continue to stare in the direction she went. Something tells me we'll meet again. So they all walk back to the restaurant and sit down with Edwin. What was that all about? Like I said, I saw someone I know and I wanted to talk to her. Who? A girl who used to swim with the victims?
Wait, what?
What? I thought you didn't have any connection to the case at all. You're friends with someone who knew the victims? I shake my head. I only met her this morning when she came to the precinct for questioning. Wait, did you just run outside to chat it up with a suspect? No, it's not like that. Edwin is staring at me like he thinks I've lost my mind, and I suppose I can see why this sounds dangerous from his perspective. I just wanted to see how she's doing, but I don't think she even wanted to talk to me. That's probably for the best. Maybe. I ate lunch in silence, too distracted to think about my encounter with Natasha to hold much of a conversation. You want to ride home?
Thank you.
That'd be great, thanks.
Hello?
Any new leads?
No, thank you.
Tuesday. Call out to her.
Thank you.
Answer. Hello?
Hello?
Huh?
Listen to me carefully.
Okay, the lineup.
I can't. You'll be the first to know.
Let's walk home with Vaughn.
Thank you. No. Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you. Hey!
She sits down and opens up the textbook you brought. It looks like she came with Dennis, and the two of them are going over math assignments together. Edwin looks from me to Natasha in confusion. Do you know each other? Paul Singh.
No, thank you. Sorry about that.
Nerve-wracking.
So, what's going on?
Thank you.
Okay. We're already on Wednesday. Jeez. Oh yeah, they're coming to arrest Edwin. Go on.
No. Yeah.
Go after Natasha. I stand up. Sorry, I need to go. Are you sure you know what you're doing? Yes, we're both victims here. I need to talk to her. If Edwin finishes before I get back home, something came up. Okay.
Bye.
Thanks. I run out of the police department after Natasha. Where is she? I look around, but there are too many people walking for me to get a clear view. I wait for a break in the traffic and then race across to the other side of the street, where I can see further down the sidewalk in each direction. A glimpse of purple makes me take a closer look, and sure enough, it's her coat. She's sitting at the bus stop looking at her phone. I sprint over to her, catching my breath as I get closer. Here's hoping she doesn't think I'm stalking her. Come to think of it, I must come across as awfully suspicious to someone in her position. But it's too late. I'm already here. She lifts her head, and her wary gaze lands on me. Yes? I'm sorry. The words come out before I'm even fully aware of what I'm going to say. There are so many things I want to say to her, but somehow that's what comes out instead. I know they were your friends at one point and you're grieving. I keep thinking we're in the same position, but it's not like that at all. I didn't even know the victims, so I don't know what you're going through. I know I shouldn't keep popping up like this to chat, so I'm sorry for your loss. I spin around to make a hasty retreat, but Natasha reaches out and catches my arm before I can. No, it's fine. Huh? I turn to face her again. She looks startled, but not as wary as before.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
What? I get it, you know? You're looking for someone who understands what you're going through. Even if it's not the same, it's nice to have someone who, well, she sighs. Most people act like I'm a suspect. Either that or their friends we just try to brush the whole thing under the rug and forget about
Yeah.
it. So if he needs someone to talk to, I don't actually mind. I gape at Natasha. Just when I finally realize I've been bothering her, she decides to extend a hand to me in return. I smile back, gratified by her understanding.
Thank you.
Thanks. The same goes for you.
Thanks. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Even though the sun is out, the wind is fierce. It's already gotten pretty cold. Would would you do you want to get coffee or something? Maybe hot chocolate? Sure. She said yes. By the time we get to the cafe, I'm starting to wonder if this is a bad idea. After all, we barely know each other. I've never been good at this sort of thing. Small talk is an art I've never quite mastered when it comes to strangers. All I know for sure about Natasha is that she's a swimmer and she knew the murder victims. Hardly a good way to lead into conversation. We order hot chocolate in silence. When it arrives, I take a sip. It's rich and creamy with just a hint of bitterness to the chocolate and hot enough to be a perfect counterpoint to the chilly weather outside. Delicious or not, this might be the most awkward cafe experience of my life. She looks like she's fine with the silence, but I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What can I say to get a conversation started? I always meant to come here eventually. Her sudden statement makes me jump in surprise. I never got around to it. I kept telling myself I'd rather give it a try after classes or next week. Somehow I always ended up being busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to keep putting things off like that. I laugh. Better to be a cafe than homework, though. Natasha takes a drink of her hot chocolate and looks at me. What about you? Anything you've been putting off? Besides homework? She furrows her brow as though she's not sure if I'm joking or not, so rather than let another awkward silence stretch on, I hastily continue. Actually, a new bookstore opened up downtown a couple months ago. I wanted to go see it, but I never got around to it. And now I'd rather not go at night. A bookstore? Are you a big reader? Not as much as I used to be. The store looks really cute though, so I wanted to check it out. If I still read like I used to, I'd probably have gone by now. My hometown had a bookstore I'd visit from time to time just to get away. It was small and quiet and had a beautiful view of the sunrise. Oh no, she's a morning person. I tended to browse more than actually buy. It was really that view I'd go for, the sun rising over the waves. You're from the coast?
Yeah.
Yeah. What brought you all the way out here? I was offered a swimming scholarship. It was a good deal. Oh, that's right. You were on the swim team. Silence falls over us again. No matter what we try, our conversation always veers back in that direction. It's like the murders hang over our heads, making it impossible for us to escape them. Sorry, I didn't mean to... Natasha looks down at the table. It's fine. I search for something I can say to change the subject. What's your hometown like? It must be pretty different from around here. It isn't the smoothest segue, but it'll have to do. Natasha looks relieved by the attempt and responds immediately. Definitely. Lots of sand no matter where you go, and every restaurant has a porch facing the ocean. There are a lot of casinos, too.
Huh?
Huh? Casinos? Don't ask me. Apparently there's a history behind it, so we got a lot of tourists coming not only for the water, but also for the gambling. What about you? I'm local, so there's not much to tell. If you've been here for a while, you know what it was like in my hometown, too. You say that like it's a bad thing.
No.
Nah, just that I don't have exciting stories to tell. I'm not sure I buy that. Her smile makes me want to smile back. It feels as though the ice has broken between us at last. Natasha takes another long drink of hot chocolate, then looks into the cup as if hoping to find inspiration there. She speaks without lifting her gaze. So, are you still interested in checking out that bookstore? The bell above the door jingles as we step into the bookstore. It's warm inside with a cozy feeling enhanced by a candle burning on the front counter. A sort of snickerdoodle scent drifts through the air, probably a Christmas candle. Bookshelves fill the room, interspersed with shelves containing novelty items and decor. Natasha folds her jacket over her arm and walks to a table advertising signed editions of a new release. For a small shop, it seems well stocked. Before I can look around, my phone rings. I take it out of my pocket and look at the number. It's Edwin. I answer the call. Hello? Hey, Adrian, I just got out of questioning, but I couldn't find you anywhere. Seems like Fawn's explanation wasn't enough for him. Either that or she didn't have a chance to talk to him before he called. Sorry about that. Something came up.
What?
What happened? ran into a friend. A friend, I see. I wasn't sure how much longer it was going to take before you were done, so... Is that where you are now? With your friend? Yeah? I thought we could grab a bite to eat together if you hadn't gone home yet. Sorry, maybe another time, okay? Alright, I'm just glad you're okay. I did leave a message with someone for you, but I guess it didn't get passed on. These things
See you
happen.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, then. You too. I end the call and slip my phone into my back pocket. Natasha is still browsing the signed books. I make my way toward a table displaying books from local authors. There's a fair amount of variety, both in recency and genre. I wouldn't have thought our local area had this many writers, but I guess you never know. This is a nice bookstore, quaint but cozy. Natasha lifts her head from the book she was paging through.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very nice, isn't it? I'll have to come here more often. With the book in hand, she leaves the display and heads deeper into the store toward the bar shelves. I continue browsing as well. Only a few other people are in the store, but it's nice to see activity in a local bookstore like this. It seems like a nice place, so I hope they do good business. The handful of customers all appear as intent on browsing the shelves as we are. Like I noticed before, they have a number of things on sale besides books. Tapestries, calendars, keychains. What's this keychain? At first I think it's just a flashlight attachment, but then I see the label. Self-defense keychain. Ooh, that's a good idea to have. Let me see. Quick examination shows it to include flashlight, alarm, and even pepper spray. Call me paranoid, but I'm getting this. Keychain in hand, I look around to see where Natasha has gotten to and see she's moved onto a bookshelf with a display of self-care books. I join her. Find anything good? Natasha turns away from the shelf, her fingers tighten around the signed book she picked up earlier. I found one.
Huh?
What is it? I tilt my head to try to see the cover since her current grip means the cover is upside down and partly obscured by her hand. Just a book on keeping a tidy house. Her voice gets quieter and she avoids my gaze. I admit I didn't take her for the housekeeping type, but come on. Does she think I'd make fun of her for that? Sounds interesting. I found a keychain for myself. I hold it up and Natasha meets my gaze with a slight smile. Could I have picked something other than a bookstore? Visiting a bookstore to only buy a keychain makes me feel like it was a bad choice. No, not at all. Besides, I'm the one who wanted to come here. Like I said, I just don't have as much time for reading these days. I'd like to change that. I know that feeling. It feels like I never have time for much of anything besides school and practice lately. She looks down at her hands, an oddly disconsolate note in her voice.
What are you talking about?
What genres do you like? Me? That was a fast change of subject. Maybe she doesn't want to talk about how busy she's been. Well, back when I used to read regularly, some of my favorites were... Let's see. Fantasy. I was always a fan of fantasy. Elves and dwarves, that sort of thing. Sure, but not always. Mortal fantasy, epic fantasy, you name it, I read it. I did have a preference for high fantasy, though. Something about a story set in another world is just so exciting, especially if the writer does something unique with the magic system. I haven't read too much fantasy. Most of what I know come from movies. Maybe I can recommend you a good one to try sometime. Maybe. What about you? What kind of books do you enjoy? Mysteries were always my favorite, especially when the writer gives you enough clues to try to put the mystery together yourself before the end. I even follow some blogs about crime. Of course, it's less fun when you're in a real murder mystery situation. An awkward silence falls over us and we stand there in silence for a moment. Well, maybe you can recommend a good mystery to me sometime. Maybe. Ready to check out then?
Yeah.
If you are. We walk to the counter together, but partway there she turns and looks at one of the bookshelves. She walks over to it as if drawn by a force. I trail after her. What book could have caught her eye so thoroughly? None of the titles I see look compelling enough, but she grabs a hardcover volume from the shelf and flips it open to read the inside flap. By the time I reach her, however, she's already put it back. Not as interesting as you'd hope?
No.
It wasn't what I thought it was. Glance at the volume. According to the spine, it's called The Demons of Dover. What is it? It's a horror novel. And with a title like that, that's not what you were expecting? I was hoping it was an actual collection of accounts and theories about the Dover demon. The what? Oh, you haven't heard of it? Never mind, it's just a myth. Is that the sort of thing that interests you? I guess, sort of. She seems flustered, so I decide not to press the point too much right now. We head to the counter together, and I catch myself watching her from the corner of my eye. She's not what I would expected from a suspect in a murder case. Then again, the other prime suspect right now is Edwin. Surely the police are completely off base with their suspicions. Natasha barely seems to be paying attention as she pays for her book, her gaze on the bookshelf behind the counter. Once she's finished, I pay for the keychain and we head outside together. Brr. It's even colder than I expected. I swear it dropped at least 10 degrees while we were inside. I glance towards the horizon. The sun is going down. Natasha pulls her jacket back on and tugs it closer around her face. There's still time to go back inside. We'll have to go home eventually. I don't know, you look like you wouldn't mind living in the bookstore. She laughs and suddenly the cold doesn't feel as harsh. We walk together to the corner of the sidewalk and Natasha faces me with a smile.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you, I had a good time.
Yeah.
So did I. You know, if you wanted to do this again sometime or go somewhere else, my palms are sweaty despite the cold. I grit my teeth and force myself not to chicken out. You can always text me if you want. Natasha's mouth opens in a silent O, but she pulls out her phone. I'd like that. We exchange numbers and I glance toward the horizon. It's pretty late. I'd offer you a ride home, but I don't have a ride back even for myself. Don't worry about it. I'll call my brother to pick me up. Oh, okay. So she has a brother. I see. Feels nice to learn more about her little by little. Still leaves me without a way to get home, though. Do you need a ride?
No.
No, don't worry about it. I'll be fine. I think last time we called Edwin for a ride, but I can't remember. Let's just walk home. Sun hasn't completely set yet. As long as I go straight home, I won't be out after dark.
Talk to you later.
I'll be seeing you then.
I'll see you around.
Good night. I leave Natasha standing on the street corner and head for home. I shiver when I reach that dark street that leads to the apartment building. I don't even like driving here, let alone walking. I glance around and then pick up the pace. The hair on the back of my neck prickles. Someone is watching me. I look back, but the street behind me is empty. There aren't even any other cars. Yet every shadow feels like a place where someone might hide. I hunch my shoulder and keep walking. It's gotta be my imagination. Nevertheless, I pick up the pace and run the rest of the way until I finally reach the blessed light of the apartment building and the bustle of the busy streets. The sense of being watched finally abates. Today was nice. I haven't gone shopping with another person in quite a while. It was a pleasant change of pace. It's nice to see more sides of Natasha, too. I almost regret not asking to meet her brother. Maybe she'll introduce us eventually. I wonder what was up with that book about the demon, though. Out of curiosity, I get out my phone and go online. She said she thought the book would be about the Dover demon, right? I type in that name and get immediate results. The Dover demon is a cryptid that was supposedly sighted in 1977. So she's into cryptozoology stuff? She must have been afraid I'd laugh at her for it. I'll have to reassure her the next time we see each other. Natasha seemed a little tense, but I can hardly blame her. She's a suspect in a murder investigation. That would be stressful for anyone. It makes me feel better to know her brother's watching out for her. At first, I assumed she was the loner type, but the more I've gotten to know her, the more I've started to think that's not true at all. I flip idly through the TV channels in search of something to watch, but my thoughts are on Natasha. Maybe I'll see her again soon. After everything else that's gone wrong, at least one thing has to go right. I try not to let my thoughts dwell on unpleasant things. I want to believe tonight was a sign that things are turning around and that they'll catch the killer and everything will be fine, for both our sakes. Day 4, Thursday. Another day, another quiz. At least this one isn't too difficult. It should be simple enough for anyone who's been keeping up with the homework readings. Riley looks like he's sweating bullets. Programming is one of his strong points, but reading textbooks is definitely not. Meanwhile, Edwin keeps looking at his watch. Is he still thinking about yesterday? Some time later. After class, as our classmates file out of the room, Riley buries his head in arms with a groan. That could have gone better. You worry too much. At this point, I could answer questions like this in my sleep. Judging by how little time you spend looking at your paper, I suspect that's exactly what you're trying to do. Riley's shoulders slump and he lets out a long sigh. Maybe we should do another study session soon. Sure, as long as you actually study this time. Study sessions aren't magic. Just sitting there with us won't help. Riley glares at him and Edwin laughs. How about this weekend? Hush work, Saturday afternoon should be fine for me. Alright, sounds good. See you later then. Riley picks up his laptop case and leaves the classroom. Says there's no class in here after hours, that leaves me and Edwin alone in the room. He gives me a considering look. What? Clears his throat and stands
See you
up.
tomorrow.
I should get to class.
Bye.
Right, me too. It feels like things aren't back to normal between us, but I push that thought out of my mind as I grab my books and leave the classroom. Why did I come here? The recreation center hasn't changed much. Somehow I thought it would look different, like the entire building would be forever changed by the crimes that occurred. To see people going about their business like usual is eerie. The young man behind the desk glances at me, but then returns his attention to his computer. I can't stay here. Memories, it's too much. I take half a step back towards the exit when the door leading to the hall opens and Natasha steps into the lobby. For a moment, we both freeze, looking at each other. Then she raises her eyebrows with a slight smile. Stalking me, Adrian? I laugh and rub the back of my neck.
Hey!
Sorry, small world, isn't it? I wouldn't have thought you wanted to come back here. I don't know why I'm here, to be honest. I got done with my classes for today, and the next thing I knew, I was walking here. Maybe I was looking for a way to unwind after today's quiz in class. I used to do that. On that night, I was here to relax. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that again, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The door to the lobby opens and a group of students walk in. They must know there was a murder here, but they look like they don't have a care in the world. Natasha watches them go as if she's having similar thoughts. Then she folds her hands in front of her and looks down at the floor. Being here is unsettling. Not that I have much of a choice in the matter. My coach wants me practicing every other day, and it's easier to do it here than to get into the main campus pool. I wet my lips. Do you think about them often? The swimmers, I mean. The victims. Natasha keeps her gaze downturned for a long time until I regret asking. I can't help my curiosity. I only know a few details about her relationship with the swim team. But surely she's been questioned enough times she doesn't want to go through it again. Oops. I start to form an apology. Before I can get it out, she lifts her head and meets my gaze. I'd like to talk about them if you're willing to listen. If not, I understand. She glances around the lobby. The guy behind the desk looks like he's still paying attention to his computer, but it's been an awfully long time since his hands moved. There are also a few students in the corner chatting amongst themselves. Not here, though. I don't want to have this conversation with people who can eavesdrop. I blink in surprise. Paranoia says I shouldn't go somewhere alone with the suspect, especially not when the victims are the topic of the conversation. At the same time, I want to know more about her. I want her to open up to me. Let's go with her. Alright, let's go somewhere else.
I appreciate it.
We leave together and head to Grant Hall, one of the buildings closest to the recreation center. Inside, we find an empty classroom and sit down. Marketing classes aren't held here, so I've only been in here on occasion. Natasha runs a hand over her face and lets out a long sigh.
You know, a lot of people suspect me. They think I killed them because we were on bad terms.
I saw online that you left the swim team.
She nods.
My coach advised me to leave the team so I could pursue a career on my own. Not everyone took that well. Some of my teammates claimed it meant I thought I was better than them. Others resented me because I'd no longer be able to help them in competitions. They took it to be abandonment. And we were never close.
You didn't get along with your teammates?
Not really. We didn't have much in common besides swimming. And they weren't my type of people. So once I left the team, it all bubbled over into actual fights. I haven't had much success on my own yet either. They made sure to remind me of that. And now the girls who pushed back against me the most are dead. I guess I can understand why people suspect me.
She shakes her head.
I know the murders aren't linked to me leaving, but all the same, I keep asking myself if things would be different if I'd stayed on the team. Like that somehow could have prevented the murders.
Before I can stop myself, I reach out and place my hand over
There
hers.
was nothing you could have done.
There was nothing you could have done. Staying on the team wouldn't have stopped this from happening.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Our gazes meet, and I'm suddenly very aware of the feel of her hand underneath mine. Her skin is soft, and I can feel her warmth radiating up into me. It was an impulsive move that made me reach out to her, but now I can't think of any way to pull back without it being awkward. Keeping my hand over hers feels even more awkward, though. Natasha breaks eye contact first and looks away.
Thank you for listening to me. I should be going now. I'm supposed to meet my brother, so he's probably wondering where I am.
I didn't mean to hold you up. No, I needed to talk to someone, really. Thank you. When we get outside, it's darker than I expected. I shiver and pull my coat closer to me. It's winter. It gets dark out early. I need to start paying more attention to the time. We walk in silence and I search for something to say. Oh, right. I almost forgot.
By the way, I looked up the Dover Demon after I got home the other day.
Oh,
Are you interested in that sort of thing? I don't know much about cryptids, but I always thought the stories are fun.
you don't think it's weird?
Cryptids or people being interested in them?
She rolls her eyes.
People being interested in them, reading the stories, trying to figure out if there's any truth to them?
Nah, I don't think it's that strange. Everyone has things they're interested in, right?
You have to admit, it's a weird thing to be passionate about.
Trust me, I've heard weirder.
That's good to know. Usually when I tell people, they give me that look.
That look?
You know, that sort of side eye where they haven't quite decided you're crazy yet, but they're keeping it in mind.
Ugh, I'm sorry you've had to deal with that.
It's treated the same as being a conspiracy theorist. But I don't get it. There's a world of difference between thinking there might be some weird creatures that haven't been discovered yet, and thinking the government is putting mind-controlled chemicals in the air or whatever.
I'm with you there. Cryptids aren't that extreme in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah?
Yeah. So feel free to tell me all you want. Who knows? Maybe you'll make me a believer.
Do you?
Hey. Before she can finish her sentence, a man walks towards us with an angry shout. He looks vaguely familiar, like someone I've seen on campus, but I can't place him beyond that. He certainly knows us, though, or at least Natasha. I stiffen in alarm as he rushes towards us, eyes alight with anger. My every nerve screams at me that I'm in danger. The killer wouldn't attack us when so many people are around, right? He grabs Natasha by her collar and hauls her closer. What are you doing walking around like this? You should be locked up. Locked up? I didn't do anything. You hated Kristen. Everyone knew it. What are the police doing? Why don't they see that it has to be you? Let go of her. Stay out of this. This is between me and this murderer.
Ugh.
I didn't kill them. What do I do? What can I do? Hey, can we all just calm down? A new voice interrupts, and I look up in surprise at the tall newcomer who joins us. Something about him seems familiar. Is he on the football team? I think I've seen him playing. We won't get anywhere by fighting. But there's no evidence against Natasha, and you know it. Just because she had some disagreements with her former teammates doesn't mean she killed them. Or are you saying that whenever you fight with someone, you want to kill them? He raises one eyebrow, and the other man releases Natasha with a sigh. Fine, but I won't stop looking for evidence. He stalks away, leaving the three of us alone. Natasha adjusts her collar and shakes her head. Thanks, Anton. Don't hold it against him. He's pretty torn up over Kristen. He's not thinking clearly. I know. Was he? His girlfriend was one of the victims. I knew it. I looked down at the ground. By the way, I don't think we've met. I'm Anton, Natasha's brother. He holds out his hand. I'm Adrian. I accept his handshake while I search for a reasonable way to describe my connection to Natasha. She's the one I went to the bookstore with yesterday. Ah, of course. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm glad to know Natasha has such a good friend at a time like this. Thank you. Although I'm not sure how helpful I am, it's been hard enough for me as it is. We should get going. Natasha, I wish you wouldn't stay out this late, especially when we don't know what the motive behind those murders was. I look up at the sky. It's dark enough now that I consider it to be night. Walking home like this isn't appealing.
Can you stop?
It's not my fault. Coach wants me to... I know, but you really need to take more breaks for your own sake. Do we really need to talk about this in front of Adrian? Sorry. Besides, it's not like anyone is going to kill a washed-up swimmer. You're hardly washed up. Oof, I feel like I shouldn't be here for this conversation. I doubt Natasha wants me to hear this. Hey, do you need a ride? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good idea. She turns to me with an anxious look. It's not such a good idea for you to go home alone in the dark, and I feel terrible about you leaving here to wait for someone. I hesitate, but then I nod.
you.
All right, thank you. And then he tried to convince the professor that he'd taken the quiz twice, one with correct answers and one with the incorrect answers. You sure know some interesting people, Anton. The ride home is different than the last few I've taken. Anton's outgoing personality and ready supply of stories about his classmates means that it's an upbeat, conversation-filled car that feels bright even while driving down the darkest street. It gives me a sense of normalcy and safety I've been missing lately. You've met some interesting people, too. He glances over his shoulder to grin at me. So, are you two in classes together?
No.
No, actually. Oh, then how did you meet? Come on, there must be a story here. Oh, crap. She didn't tell him? I think I should be honest. I'm, a witness in the case. Oh, yeah. An awkward silence falls over the car. I glance at Natasha and see that she's staring out the window. Her hands are clasped around one another so tightly it looks painful. Well, I've always been glad to be at the same university as my sister to make sure she has someone to count on, but it's good to know she has a new friend. Right, I'm glad we met. I see familiar streets coming up and I clear my throat. Right here, down the street. Anton nods and drives onto the brightly lit street that leads up to the apartment building. As we get closer, I grab my things. This is my building, so I can get out here. Thanks again for the ride. No problem. See you around.
I'll see you around.
Talk to you soon. You too. In high spirits, I get out of the car and walk toward the building. Anton and Natasha linger for a moment, but then I hear the engine rev as they drive off. It gives me a sudden sense of loneliness, but I shake it off. I walk to the entrance and use my key to let myself in. Once I get inside, check my new lock. I check the time. Kim is supposed to come by at 6, but it looks like I still have some time before then. Get my homework done. My phone rings. I glance at it and my heart leaps into my throat. That's the number Detective Singh gave me. I answer the call immediately. Hello?
Hello?
Adrian, I'm just checking in to see how you're doing. Well enough under the circumstances. I think I'm coping better with the situation. That's good to hear. I also wanted to talk to you about the reports I've heard that you've been spending time with Natasha Diadro. Is that true? Yes, that's right. Do keep in mind that she's still a suspect in the case. Yes, I know that. From your casual attitude, I take it you trust her. Just keep your eyes open, alright? Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm being careful. In that case, I'll leave you be, unless you have any other questions. Has there been any progress on the case? We're working on it. Doesn't answer my question.
Unfortunately.
I'm afraid that's all I can share at the moment. I see. Alright, thank you.
Have a good day.
I hope you have a good night.
Bye.
Yes, you too. I hang up. Is this ever going to end? After taking a few moments to compose myself, I return to my homework. Keeps me distracted. Although I try to keep my thoughts clear, Singh's warning drifts through my mind. I know Edwin would agree with him. He says it's too dangerous to spend time with Natasha until her name is cleared. Why don't I feel that way? The welcome relief when Kim arrives.
Hello.
Good evening. How are you doing? I don't know.
Oh?
Sometimes I think I'm fine, and other times it all hits me again. That's to be expected. He makes a note on his notepad and then follows me to the couch where we sit down
Has
together.
anything changed since our last session? Anything you want to talk about?
Actually, there is one thing. I hesitate. What is it? It's personal. Anything you tell me will be kept in the strictest of confidence. I'm here to help you. I take a deep breath. Well, there's this girl. I wince at how cliche that sounds and hasten to continue before Kim gets the wrong idea about this, although so far he hasn't reacted. She's not just any girl, she's a suspect in the case. She knew the victims personally, and some people think she had a motive. The police questioned her, and Detective Singh even warned me to be careful around her, but something inside me keeps driving me to talk to her. I want to spend time with her and get to know her better. Whenever I think about her, it's like those warnings fade to the back of my mind, and all I can think about is if I'll get to see her again soon. Kim raises his eyebrows. I don't think it takes a psychologist to suggest you have a crush on her. He rises to my cheeks at his blunt appraisal. Well, maybe? But that's not the point. That's not why I'm bringing it up. The point is that she's a suspect. I should be staying away from her for my own safety until the case is solved, not hanging out with her.
What do you think?
Do you believe she's the killer? Of course not. She could be. He shakes his head. Then you have your answer right there. Your behavior is no great mystery. You think she's innocent, so you see no reason why you should avoid her. That's true, but I think back to the warnings again and search for a way to put my anxiety into words. Isn't there a chance I'm just lying to myself? That because I like her and I want to spend time with her, I'm convincing myself there's nothing suspicious about her? Of course, people do that all the time. He sets down his notepad and leans forward. The human mind is a dangerous thing, Adrian. Are you familiar with confirmation bias? I've heard of it. The general principle is that people unconsciously accept and remember information that supports their pre-existing beliefs and dismiss information that contradicts them. In this case, since you believe she is innocent, you would pay attention to any proof that she is a good, likable person who could never be a murderer. While any suspicions against her, you'd either consciously rationalize away or unconsciously dismiss and forget. His explanation makes my stomach roil with unease.
Not
That
necessarily.
isn't necessarily what's happening here, however. She could be perfectly innocent and you simply recognize that fact. So there are no easy answers, are there?
I'm afraid not.
I just don't know what I should do. I suggest two things. First, you should consider your feelings carefully and try to understand how you truly feel. Second, you should proceed with caution. If something feels off, trust your instincts and find a way to leave the situation. I suppose it was too much to expect he'd have a magical solution to everything. If he told me to stay away from Natasha, I doubt I'd listen anyway. He probably knows that. Still, at least he didn't act like I'm crazy for spending time with her.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think that helped. We discussed the situation and my feelings about it a little more and then agreed to meet for another session in 2 days earlier in the day since it's the weekend. Make sure the door is locked. Get ready for bed. Talking to Kim really did help, but the killer has still been caught and I still don't know what to do about Natasha, but I feel better about the situation. I said I have a crush on her. That provides a whole set of anxiety unrelated to the murders. Yet instead of wanting to avoid it, I feel like I should pursue it and see where it leads. I want to know where this is going and what might come of our friendship. When I finally fall asleep, it's a more restful sleep than I've had in a while. Day 5, Friday. My phone wakes me up in the morning. Ugh, I'm coming, just hang on. Mumbling under my breath, I roll out of bed. Out of bread? I roll out of bread. Mumbling under my breath, I roll out of bed and grab my ringing phone. The blinking screen displays the name Drew, and I rub my eyes open before answering. We've already seen this. She's asking, like, about the... Well, hello? Oh, I should save because I feel like it's been freezing. Campus murders. Yes, what happened? Hesitate. Yeah, I've already read this. She's like, oh, are you okay? I don't know why it won't let me skip it when I've already seen it. Whatever. It's fine. Classes seem to fly by today. Already seen this. But the rest of the feeling comes from the occasional texts I get from Natasha. They aren't major, just little comments about her day, funny images she found online, and similar things, but they make me smile. She even sends me a few articles about cryptids, more information about the Dover Demon, details about the lesser-known lake monsters besides Nessie, and a collection of reports about a 4-foot humanoid frog called the Loveland Frogman. Okay, even if I don't believe, some of the stuff is pretty interesting to read about. Once I respond positively, more links come, one after another. Slow down. Sorry. Well, it's fine. I'm sure to study these well so I can hold my own in the cryptid conversation. Don't worry, I can carry the conversation on my own if I have to. I cover my mouth so I don't laugh out loud and draw the professor's wrath. As I start writing a response, I smile to myself. When we first met, I never would have guessed we'd end up so comfortable with each other. I don't know who's the killer this time. I got no clues right now. Back home, I get started on my homework, but I can't seem to concentrate. Keep glancing at my phone to see if Natasha has sent anything new yet. Staring at the phone won't make her respond any quicker. With that in mind, I return to the essay I'm supposed to be working on, comparing and contrasting the 2 marketing techniques we discussed in class. Right now, it feels like I need to drag each sentence out of my brain. The ringing of my phone makes me jump to answer it. However, it isn't Natasha, but Edwin. I guess it would be odd for her to suddenly call out of nowhere when we've been texting up until now. I answer. Hello?
Hey,
Hey, you want to go to the Winter Festival tonight? What? The Winter Festival on campus? Don't tell me you forgot. Oh, I didn't forget. Just visiting the Winter Festival is the last thing on my mind.
No.
Sorry, but I don't think I'll go this year. Oh. You have fun,
what
though.
are you doing?
I thought you were looking forward to going. What changed? I don't want to be... I don't want to be out at night. I don't want to be out at
I'll
night.
protect you, no matter what.
I'll be there to protect you, thanks, but I'd still rather avoid it if I can. I guess I understand. Sometimes it's still hard for me to believe that all of this is real. Don't worry, I'm sure it won't go on much longer. You really think you'd be targeted at a public event? There are a lot of dark places on campus, even during a festival. It's best not to take any risks like that. If you change your mind, give me a call. He hangs up. As I set down the phone, I see another text has come from Natasha. I open it and a photo of a large, fluffy-eared dog appears on the screen. The dog is currently sprawled over the couch. My favorite seat has been stolen. Too late, that's the dog seats now. We banter back and forth about pets for a little while. It's a pleasant, relaxing conversation that brings a smile to my face. Now, if they just catch the killer so our lives can go back to normal, it has to happen soon, right? The police station is less crowded than the last time I was here. That's a relief. I don't feel like dealing with crowds right now. I came over in the vain hope that they would have an update on the case for me.
Hey there!
Oh, Adrian, what brings you here today? I just wanted to come by and see if there's been any progress on the case. You know Nick will update you as soon as anything happens, right? I know, but... I let out a frustrated huff of breath. Being unable to do anything to help the situation makes it worse. It feels like I'm trapped. Well, since you're here, you might as well give us an update of your own. Has anything strange happened lately? Anything we should be aware of?
No.
No, actually. Really? Nothing at all? I think back, but the only thing even remotely concerning that stands out to me is the confrontation with the victim's boyfriend, and his aggression was aimed at Natasha, not me. Things have been pretty normal lately. Maybe that means the killer has finally stopped targeting me, or that the police have put enough pressure on them that they're afraid to make a move. Either possibility sounds good. They told me you've been hanging around Natasha Diatro. I wince as I remember Singh's warning. Yes, that's true. You trust her? I don't think she's the killer, if that's what you mean. I see. There's one more thing I've been meaning to ask you. Do you have any relatives in the area? What? Why does it matter? I'm trying to get a better understanding of your situation. No one in this immediate area, but my hometown isn't too far away.
Thank you.
Good to know. Thanks. Interrogating people, Claude? I thought that was my
Don't be
department.
stupid.
Don't start, Nick. Learn anything I should know about? Nope. Sounds like the pressure might have been taken off of her. See. Despite the good news, he sounds troubled. He glances at me but doesn't say anything.
Huh?
What's he
Have a good
thinking?
day.
Anyway, you should head home before it gets dark out. Right, I'll do that. And if anything happens, I'll be in touch right away. Hmm. I swear to God, if it's Fawn again, I'm gonna be so mad. When I get back, I check my phone. I missed a couple texts from Natasha while I was gone. So, what are you up to? Question mark? Sorry, I had to step out. No problem. I don't have much planned for the rest of the day, though. Wish I could say the same. Sorry. Want to meet up? Didn't you just say you're busy? Yes, but maybe Anton's right. I need to take more breaks. We could go somewhere, please? I pause and look at the screen. My first instinct is to respond yes, because I'd love to spend more time with Natasha. At the same time, I know I'll feel that same sense of paranoia if I'm out anywhere too late, especially after I decided to skip the festival. I consider for a moment and send my reply. Actually, why don't you come over here for a bit? Sometime later. 10 minutes later, Natasha arrives and I let her in. She looks around as she enters the apartment.
Adrian, hey.
Nice place. Thanks. She continues to look around and I nod towards the couch. Want to sit down?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. She fidgets with the ends of her sleeves as she sits down. A moment passes in silence and I rub the back of my neck. I didn't think things would feel this awkward between us again. She seems like she's nervous or worried about something. Then again, I'm a little nervous at having her over for the first time too. Would you like to have some tea? Oh, I don't want to put you to any trouble. No trouble at all. I was thinking of having some tea myself. That's not entirely true. The thought did cross my mind until just now. Drinking tea does sound good though, and it might help both of us relax. In that case, sure, I'd love some. Great, let's see. I've got peach white tea, caramel black tea, and jasmine green tea. I might have something a bit more basic if I look. Don't worry about that. The caramel black tea sounds good. That's one of my favorites. I put the kettle on the stove and prepare our cups of tea while giving Natasha time to settle in. Then I joined her on the couch to wait for the water to boil. She still looks nervous.
Hey.
Is everything all right? Natasha?
Huh?
What? Oh. She sighs and offers me a wan smile.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm not being very good company, am I? It's fine. When I asked about hanging out tonight, I guess it's more that I didn't want to be alone. It's not easy for me to be alone these days. Whenever I have too much time alone, I start thinking about what happened, and then I imagine a killer lurking around every corner. I know that feeling. I'm sorry, but you were the only person I could think of to ask. What about your brother? He had to stay on campus since he's helping out with the winter festival. He'll be back home later. Well, you're here now, so we can talk or watch a movie or anything else you want to do.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it sound like I only asked you because I don't have anyone else. Don't worry, I didn't take it that way. But is that true? You don't have any other friends you can rely on? Not really. I'm sorry. It's my own fault. I kept putting my career first. Whenever I had free time, I used it to practice and practice and practice. I thought that was best. Now look at me. It's never too late to start. You have me now, don't you? I suppose I do. Thanks. The kettle whistles and I jump to my feet. I pour us each a cup of tea and return to the couch to hand Natasha's hers. She accepts it with a smile.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
After waiting a moment for it to cool, she takes a sip. This is pretty good. Thanks, I boiled the water myself. She laughs. Hey, not everyone can make a good cup of tea. You'd be surprised. Oh, I can imagine. I take a drink of my own tea and glance at Natasha over the rim of my cup. She looks calmer than she did when she arrived, but still a little tense. She takes another sip and looks at
I
me.
was thinking.
Adrian, I wanted to ask you something. My heart skips a beat at how serious she sounds. Yes? I understand if you don't want to talk about it, but could you tell me more about what happened that night? I swallow hard. I don't need to ask what night she means. All right. My mouth is suddenly dry, so I take another drink of tea. What do you want to know? You were the last person to see them alive, the girls from the swim team. How were they? I mean, she seems to be struggling for words. I know it doesn't matter. I just keep thinking about them. Well, they were doing laps around the pool. I think they were timing themselves too, practicing for an upcoming meet, I guess. Did you talk to them at all? I know there's no reason why you would have. I don't even know why I'm asking these things. I guess I just feel like if you spoke to them, I'd have more closure. Technically, we did talk, but it wasn't a conversation so much as a fight. Tell the truth. Well, I rubbed the back of my neck. One of them tried to kick me out of the pool. We had a little argument over it. Let me guess, that was Kristen? That's what the other girl called her, yeah. Like I couldn't have guessed. A dry note in her voice suggests that this isn't the first time Kristen did such a thing. A moment later, she sighs and looks away, her gaze shuttered and unreadable. Looking back on it now, it feels so surreal. None of us had any idea of what was coming.
No.
No one could have. Well, except the killer, of course. Natasha stares down into her teacup. Anton is so overprotective after what happened. He's convinced that I could be a target since I used to be on the team. But nothing weird has happened, has it?
No, I
Not,
don't think so.
not that I've noticed. That's good then. Still doesn't keep Anton from worrying. I guess I can't blame him. Can you think of anyone who would have wanted to kill girls from the swim team? Trust me, the police have asked me that more times than I care to count. Sorry. She shakes her head. Like I told them, I don't know of anyone specific. I can certainly imagine situations if I try. Maybe a jealous ex out for revenge with some personal grudge. It could have been an attack against one person while with the others targeted because they were witnesses. Like
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe a rival team decided to take out the competition. It's a horrible thought. Some people get super intense about sports. Do I really think a swim team would send in an assassin? No. Can I completely rule it out? Also no. The notion seems so absurd I almost laugh, yet it's not a laughing matter at all. I can almost hear Fawn explaining that yes, she's blogged about a sports team killing their rivals before. Whoever the culprit is, they killed 4 people and tried to kill me as well. We aren't dealing with someone rational. Silence stretches on, and I realize Natasha is staring into her now empty teacup with a hollow expression. I hesitate, then reach out and put my hand on her shoulder. I know this must be hard for you. If there's anything I can do to help, just say the word.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Would you like more tea? Nah, this was plenty. She sets down her cup and runs a hand over her face. I came over here to get my mind off the case and ended up doing anything but. Sorry.
No.
Don't worry about it. I was the one who asked. Want to do something
No,
then?
I don't think so.
I don't think I could focus if we tried to watch a movie. Going out right now doesn't seem like a good idea. Yeah, it's probably best to stay in. Try to ignore the way my heart skipped a beat at the phrase going out. Get a grip, Adrian. She didn't mean it that way, and you're acting like a high schooler with her first crush. What's your major again? Sorry if I already asked. Oh, no. I shake my head. I'm studying marketing.
Oh?
Like commercials and stuff? More like the broader picture. Branding, finding your target audience, drawing customers through your website, and then keeping them there. Natasha nods, but the way she's looking at me suggests an impromptu marketing lecture won't exactly be welcomed. I cough. Anyway, what about you? Physical therapy. Oh, what made you interested in that? No grand story, I'm afraid. A counselor suggested it as a good fit, so I decided to give it a try. It's not bad, so I've stuck with it. Well, I don't exactly have a grand story about marketing either. It's just what ended up working for me. Sometimes I wonder if I should pursue something else as my major, something I'm more interested in. Like cryptozoology? Wouldn't that be something? It's probably not easy to find a career in that line, but it would be fun. But my real love is swimming. You said you came to this university because of a swimming scholarship, right? You must have been swimming for a long time. That's
I
true.
was thinking.
It's funny though, when I was a kid, no one thought I'd be a good swimmer.
Huh?
What? Really? I had an accident when I was pretty young that left me with an injured leg. For a while, it was hard to even walk, and swimming was out of the question. But I loved the water. I loved swimming. I didn't want to give it up. I did whatever I could to get around my injury at first, and I worked at it until I made a full recovery. Or at least almost full. My leg still bothers me at times, but the important thing is that it doesn't get in the way of my swimming. Wow, that's impressive. She shakes her head. I was lucky. If my injury had been worse, no amount of determination would have been able to make me swim like I can now. Sounds like to me that physical therapy is a natural fit for you after all. She blinks in surprise and smiles. Maybe you have a point. If nothing else, at least I have that to fall back on if my swimming career doesn't work out. Are things not going well? Not too long ago, I probably would have held my tongue to be polite, but I feel we know each other well enough now that she wouldn't have mentioned it at all if she was unwilling to talk about it. She sighs. The whole reason I left the swim team was to pursue a career on my own, but I haven't won since going solo. You can't win them all, right? Maybe you just need a little time to adjust. Maybe, but it's a worrying pattern. She looks down at her hands. It's not. If it's not going to work out, I wish I'd known ahead of time. Would you have done things differently? I wouldn't have dedicated so much of my time to swimming, that's for sure. I would have done other things, actually made friends.
Hey!
Hey, don't count me out. She lifts her head with wide eyes and then smiles. You're right, I have at least one friend, and who knows, I can always look into that cryptozoology gig. I'll be seeing you on TV before you know it. Wouldn't that be something? The atmosphere eases and I breathe a sigh of relief. It seems talking was able to make her feel at least a little better. I never would have imagined physical therapy as a potential career when I was a kid. As a kid, I had all kinds of crazy ideas for what I wanted to do when I grew up. Such as owning a candy shop. Let me guess, you were a little kid and you thought that meant free candy? Exactly. We exchange small stories as the evening wears on and the atmosphere between us grows relaxed and comfortable. Time flies by and I find myself wishing this meeting didn't have to come to an end. Unfortunately, as it gets closer to 8, Natasha glances at the clock and stands up. I should be getting back before Anton worries. I understand. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. This is gonna sound paranoid, but do you mind if I take a quick pick outside before I head down there just to make sure everything looks normal? No problem. Go right ahead. I gesture toward the window. Natasha crosses the room to look. I'll just take the teacups away while you check. I gather up the cups we use for our tea and take them into the kitchen. It really was nice having Natasha over. I hope we can do this again sometime. When I return, Natasha is still standing by the window. Is something wrong?
No.
No, I just find myself watching all the cars, suspecting the worst. She shakes her head. Is that what it's like for you? Do you feel like you're always afraid these days? Sometimes, although knowing Detective Singh has my apartment being watched helps. I hesitate. Have you spoken to Dr. Kim at all? The psychologist? They introduced me to him at the station when they first questioned me, but I told them I wasn't interested in. She runs a hand over her face. Maybe that was a mistake. I have another session with him tomorrow. Maybe you could come by and talk to him too. Don't you think he'd mind? Seems pretty easygoing. I'll ask him for permission first, of course. Well, if you really don't think he'd mind, then I'd appreciate it. I'll text you as soon as I know what he thinks.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
And now I really do need to be getting back, or Anton will wear a hole in the floor with his pacing. It's nice to have someone who cares, but I imagine it gets frustrating. Sometimes, yeah. As we walk to the door, she glances around with a puzzled frown. That reminds me, what about you? This apartment looks like it's set up for 2 people, but I haven't heard you mention anyone. Oh, I have a roommate, but she's out of town. Gotcha. When she gets back, I'll introduce her to you.
I'll see you around.
I'll be looking forward to it. Day 6, Saturday. I'm not 100% sure who the killer is. I've a few suspicions here and there. I wake up late in the morning and stare up at the ceiling instead of getting out of bed. It's hard to believe it's been less than a week since my life was upended. Now the weekend is here at last. Not everything was bad, though. I met Natasha. Yes, it's true what they say about there always being a silver lining. I close my eyes again and let my thoughts drift. There are a lot of things I don't know about Natasha. Some things are awkward between us, and I feel like there's still a distance that I haven't been able to close. She's shyer than I initially expected. Getting to know her might be a slow process, a relationship that develops gradually. But when I think about the times we've shared together, I want to push forward and make the necessary effort. I want to learn everything about her and become someone she can rely on. I want to see Natasha as she truly is. I spend a little more time daydreaming, but then I force myself to get up and prepare for the day. Kim is supposed to stop by in a few hours, and then there's the study session this afternoon. As nice it is to relax, I don't want to have to rush later, do my homework. I welcome him with a smile. Good morning. Thanks for coming by earlier today. You seem in an especially good mood. Are you a morning person? Not exactly. Oh? He gives me a knowing smile. There must be some special reason you're such in a good mood today then, I feel like he knew that before he even asked. Does your Does your improved mood have anything to do with that young woman you were talking about last time? You enjoy trying to read people, don't you?
Sorry.
It's my
Sorry.
job. Although, if I'm being honest, it doesn't take a psychologist to figure it out today. You show all the signs of being preoccupied with thoughts about another person. I groan and sit down on the couch. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten what we talked about last time. I'm being careful. Kim sits down on the other end of the couch and gives me a serious look. Possibly not as careful as you were at the start of the week, I'd wager. Why do you say
This is
that?
natural.
It's natural that at this point you start to relax. Enough time has passed that you'd adjust to the situation. Maybe the danger has started to seem less immediate. That's true, but I think about yesterday and shake my head. The case is constantly hanging over me. Maybe I've gotten less paranoid, but I won't be able to completely relax until the killer is caught. That's good. Although, while we're on the topic of that other person I'm preoccupied with, meaning Natasha Diadro, would it be alright if she joined us for today? I know it's unusual and you normally set these things up in advance, but we discussed on such short notice that I thought it was better to wait for you to get here and ask. When I met her at the police station, I had the distinct impression that she would prefer to have nothing to do with me. She's changed her mind since then. In that case, I would be happy to oblige. Great, I'll let her know. I get out my phone. Kim says okay to you joining us. On my way. I put my phone away. She should be here soon.
What's going on?
While we wait, is there anything else on your mind? Well, there's one thing that's been bothering me. I know I should be waiting for the killer to be caught, but I look down at my hands. It almost seems like a dream, like something I keep talking about, but I don't really believe in, the killer being caught, I mean.
Why do you think that is?
You don't think they'll catch the culprit?
No.
No, I do. I trail off, but Kim waits patiently for me to put my thoughts into words. I take a few minutes to try to figure out what it is I'm trying to say. It's been almost a week already. I want to believe they'll make progress, but isn't it likely the killer has already gotten away? If I committed a crime and knew the police were looking for me, I'd want to go as far away from here as possible. On the flip side, wouldn't a sudden departure after a crime be suspicious? You might decide it was better to keep your head down and act normal. That's true. Do you see the killer as the shadowy figure waiting for the next chance to strike? Well, yes.
This is natural.
Since you need to be cautious, it's natural to think like that. However, it's more likely that the killer doesn't intend to commit any more crimes. If that's the case, running would be among the most dangerous things they could do right now. So they might be going about their daily business like nothing happened? Yes, as far as I know, there's still no evidence that this is a serial killer or anything akin to that. The culprit may intend to make this crime an isolated incident. In their ideal world, the police would never track them down and they would live the rest of their life in peace. That wouldn't be fair. I suspect the culprit in such a situation would say that it isn't fair to arrest them when they have no intention of committing any other crimes. But they just get away with it. That would be like saying there's no point to having any laws, that there aren't any consequences for killing 4 people as long as you don't intend to kill more. My voice raises sharply and Kim lifts his hand into the air with a slight chuckle. Calm down, Adrian. I only describe what the culprit might want as their future, not what I think should happen. Oh, right. As he writes something on his notepad, I shiver. Hypothetical or not, the thought of the killer simply getting away with everything touches at the heart of what's been troubling me. Kim and I spend a little longer discussing my feelings about the likelihood of the killer being caught, and then a knock comes at the door. That must be Natasha. I get up and check through the people, then let her in.
Hi.
She looks even more nervous than when she came over the other night and casts an anxious glance at Kim as we walk over to the couch. Hello again, Miss Tiadra. I'm glad you decided to take me up on my offer after all. Well, Adrian thought it might be a good idea. Would you like me to leave? I can go for a walk or visit a friend if you'd like to talk in private. No, I'd feel a lot better if you stayed. All right, if you're sure. I'm sure. I sit down on the couch next to her. You've been through a terrible ordeal because of this crime. Adrian and I were just discussing her concerns about whether or not the killer will ever be caught.
What do you think?
Does that sort of thing trouble you as well? I don't really know. It does seem like they're having a hard time catching the culprit. Are you concerned that you might be in danger, like Adrian?
No,
I've
don't
been
think so.
taking precautions, but it doesn't feel real. I was off the team for a while, so I can't imagine someone would have a grudge against all of us.
I see.
That's a fair point, and one of the reasons the police have mainly considered you a suspect rather than a potential target, I believe. An awkward silence falls over the living room. This is going worse than I expected. Maybe Natasha didn't really wanted to talk to him after all. Kim doesn't seem upset, though. He smiles and spreads his arm in a questioning gesture. Well, it probably won't get us anywhere if I simply take this conversation in the same directions that worked for Adrian. There are two of you here now, after
So,
all.
what's going
Is
on?
there anything in particular you'd like to discuss, Natasha? Well, I've been so overwhelmed by classes and practice lately that I haven't had time to think about much else. And then I feel guilty because I feel like I should be grieving more than I am. There's just so much on my mind. I don't know, maybe it's because I never connected with the other swimmers as much as I could have, and now I'll never have the chance again. They were practically strangers to me, but I feel like they shouldn't have
I
been.
see.
Do you wish you had connected with them more? A week ago I would have said no, now I'm not so sure. I was always so busy with training. When I wasn't in class, I was practicing swimming. That was my whole life. It didn't give me a lot of time to make friends. Adrian is the first exception in a long time. That still counts. Kim makes a note. I think I'm beginning to understand the connection between the two of you a little better. I hope that's a good thing. Best saved for a private session, perhaps. The mischievous look in his eyes makes me unsure if he has a real insight or if he's just going to point out how obvious it is that I have a crush on her. More importantly, Natasha. Yes? The way you describe yourself, it seems like you might have self-isolated due to your focus on your career. If that's the case, then the fact that you were able to reach out to Adrian at all is already a step forward. Maybe that's why I feel guilty about it. You feel guilty about talking to me? She meets my gaze with a sheepish smile.
Yeah, kinda. A few times now. I've even skipped out on important things to talk to you instead.
And until now, you've been led to believe that focusing on those so-called important matters should take priority over everything else.
Yes,
Why?
because I'm a swimmer. It's what I truly love.
Gives him an imploring look.
I'm studying physical therapy because it works for me. But I don't want to be a therapist. Not really. I want to swim. But to swim like I want to really make it my career, I have to succeed. I have to be the best. I can't just be an okay swimmer. If I'm just an okay swimmer, I won't be able to follow my dream.
It's difficult to live up to those expectations, isn't it?
Yes.
And is that how you feel when you're with Adrian?
Well, no.
She smiles at me again. When I'm with her, I feel like I can do anything. Kim hides a smile behind his hand and makes another note.
I'm afraid not.
It's difficult to make an assessment based on this one conversation, but I believe your focus on your career to the exclusion of everything else created an unhealthy work-life balance that started to crush you. It's been a lot, but I always thought I just had to suck it up and deal with it. Now you're feeling guilty both for not reaching out to others in the past and for reaching out to someone now. It's so complicated when you describe it like that. Kim spends a while longer talking to the two of us, and then we schedule another joint meeting for next week. He leaves after urging me once again to be careful and not take any unnecessary risk and suggesting Natasha take some time off from practice. That went better than expected. Yeah. Our conversation today bugs me a little, though. When we first met, I wasn't sure what he was after or if he could really help me. Now that feeling is starting to creep in again. Or maybe I'm just annoyed by the constant reminders that I have to keep watching out for danger. Part of me does want to pretend things are normal and go back to my daily life. The brief suggestion earlier that the killer might not want any trouble was like a spark of hope, making me believe that I might not need to worry anymore. But it's just a possibility, not one I can safely rely on.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thanks for this, Adrian. I appreciate it. Don't mention it. For both our sakes, I hope this ends soon. I don't know. This one seems like it's been going by a little faster. I don't know why. Edwin and Riley are already there. I would have given you a ride. Hi, T2. No. He's been fretting like a mother hen the entire time.
No.
I've already read this. That's right, I forgot he said that there's no chance of seeing Natasha here today then.
Are you okay?
No.
All the same, I sent a quick text to Natasha wishing her a happy weekend, and then I turned my attention to the next section of the textbook. Like before, we split up the chapters between us so we can compile our notes and go over everything together. I managed to stay focused at first, but part way through the chapter, I get a text. I glance at my phone. I'm at the pool. Not that one. Coach got me into the main campus pool for a change. Nice. But didn't Kim tell you to relax? I'll be done soon, I promise. I'm actually on campus today too. If you're still there when I finish, maybe we can meet up. Sounds great. I'll be here for another hour or so. Perfect. I send that last reply and set down my phone, only to realize the other three are staring at me. Heat crawls up the back of my neck.
Huh?
What? Texting someone special, Adrian? What? I've never seen you smile at your phone like that before. Edwin doesn't say anything. He just looks down at the table as if disheartened by something, which annoys me a bit. Edwin and I are just friends. What's it to him if I want to text someone special? Or is he just worried again? So, who is it? Do we know them? Wait. He's suddenly waving his hands. I can almost see the light bulb go off in his mind. You were disappointed when you remembered it was just us today, weren't you? So, that means it's someone who's at the last study session? Give her a break, guys. You're pressuring her. And aren't we supposed to be studying? Let's take a look at what we have so far. Our friends grumble under their breaths, but don't argue anymore. I meet Edwin's gaze and mouth, thank you. Kim was certainly right about me being obvious. Once the study session is over, I make an excuse about having other business on campus and escape before Riley and Clara can interrogate me further and head up to the athletic building where the pool is. It's an Olympic-sized swimming pool used for competitions, lessons, and other events. Today, the only person in the water is Natasha. I sit down on a bench alongside the pool and watch her practice. It's entrancing. Her movements are graceful, and she cuts through the water at an impressive speed. She swims the length of the pool, then turns and swims back in the other direction. I count 10 laps before she stops at the end nearest to me and waves.
Adrian, hey.
I'm almost done. Take your time. After a few more laps, she swims to the edge and climbs out of the pool. I just need to head up to the locker room and change, and then I'll be right back. Okay. Anxiety prickles me once she's gone. The emptiness of the pool is almost overpowering. I settle my nerves by pacing, although each passing moment increases my paranoia that something will happen again, just like last time. Done. Natasha's voice behind me makes me jump. I laugh to cover up my reaction. That was fast. I hope I didn't rush you. Nah, it's fine. You have a big meet coming up? There's one at the end of the month, but I found that in general it helps me to stay busy. If I'm focused on swimming, I don't have time to dwell on other things. I think my mind would wander while swimming. Not if you're swimming competitively. This is why I don't swim competitively. One of the reasons, anyway. I'm surprised you were given permission to use this pool and have it all to yourself at that. The first part isn't a shock. Anyone can come here when it isn't in use for an event. The second part is the stumbling block. Since a lot of different groups use the pool, I think my coach pulled some strings due to the situation. I can't relax at the recreation center. It's been hurting my practice times. Yeah. We stand in silence for a few minutes. The ringing of my phone pierces the silence and I pull it out of my pocket. It's Sing. My heart leaps into my throat. Just a second, I need to take this. I walk some distance away so that I'm out of earshot and answer the hello. Hello?
Is everything all right?
Adrian? Yes, it's me. Did something happen?
Unfortunately.
Not yet, but there's been a breakthrough. I should have more information for you soon. For now, just sit tight. Alright, thank you for letting me know. Don't do anything rash. This isn't over yet. I know, I'll be careful.
Listen to me carefully.
I shouldn't have to say this, but don't go telling people about this. I only told you because of how deeply involved you are with the case. I understand. All the same, I feel like I could sing as I end the call and return my phone to my pocket. After all this time, it's finally over. I return to Natasha, unable to keep a smile from my face. Good news? I hesitate. Singh said it's confidential information. He's trusting me not to tell anyone, yet I barely know anything of note, and I'm sure Natasha is anxious for the case to end. Ooh, should I tell her? I mean, last time I got a decent ending because I told the truth, so let's just tell the truth. I have to tell her. She has a right to know that this is almost over.
Yeah.
I was one of the detectives investigating the case. It sounds like it'll be over soon. What? Did they catch the killer? I don't think so, but they must be close. Are you sure? I mean, he wasn't just saying that to make you feel better? He's not the type of he's not the type to do that. I wouldn't say something like this if he wasn't confident. Oh, thank God. He looks about ready to collapse from relief.
Yeah.
That's good news then. It's amazing. I know. Can't remember the last time I felt this excited. I'm torn between wanting to sit at home with my phone in hand, waiting for the exact moment when Sing says it's all over, and wanting to go out to celebrate.
Hey!
Hey, have you eaten yet today?
No.
Not since breakfast. I'm starting to get hungry, so I think I'll head into town. Want to join me? Alright, that sounds nice. I don't think she's the killer. I'm worried it might be Fawn again. We head to a restaurant not too far from campus.
Adrian, hey.
Nice place. Have you been here before? Nope, this is my first time. It's one of my favorites when I can spare time for a night out, so I hope you'll enjoy it too. We head to a table together. The special today is spaghetti, so that's what I order. After a moment of considering the menu, Natasha follows my lead. I trust you have good taste. Uh-oh, now I feel pressured. It smells delicious, so I'm sure you'll be fine. You're just hungry from all that swimming. As if to mock me, my own stomach growls and I groan. I put my head in my hands, but not before I see Natasha shaking with silent laughter. I speak through my hands without looking up. I had a long study session. That takes energy too.
Yeah.
Of course. When our spaghetti arrives, it does smell delicious. I try a forkful and learn that the taste matches the expectation. The sauce is rich with just a hint of spices and the flavors come together perfectly. I glance at Natasha as she takes a bite and I'm relieved to see that she also likes it. You have good taste, it seems. Obviously, that's why I'm here with you. The cheesy line brings a blush to my cheeks, but trying to take it back would be worse, so I focus my attention on eating. Now I know who to call when I'm looking for a good place for what meal is this anyway? Is this dinner? Must be. It's too late in the day for lunch. It's a pretty early dinner, though. Then I guess it's... I try to think of a fitting word and come up with nothing. Hey, why isn't there a term for a cross between lunch and dinner? Partway between breakfast and lunch is brunch, so dunch? I would never tell anyone that I'm going out for dunch. Dinner? I think you have your answer as to why there isn't a word for this. She
I
pauses.
was thinking.
Actually, isn't this meal called high tea? What? I'm sure I've read that somewhere. The meal ahead of dinner like this is high tea, but we aren't drinking tea. Maybe we should just agree we're having dinner. Sounds good to me. With the matter settled, I go back to eating. I realize I have a huge smile on my face. Our conversation just now was fun and how low stakes and absurd it was. Do you go out to eat often? Not too much, but from time to time with friends. You?
No.
I tend to eat on campus or at home. Places like this are usually too crowded for me. I'm sorry. No, I'm happy to be here with you. That makes all the difference. Next time we'll have to have dinner at home then. Tasha blinks and looks back at her food. She seems embarrassed. Oh, my comment came off a bit more direct than I intended it to, didn't it? I basically just either invited her to my apartment or invited myself over to her place. Or somewhere else. There's a world of possibilities. Way to make things even more awkward, Adrian. Apparently deciding to have mercy on me, Natasha clears her throat. Have you seen the giant Christmas tree they put up downtown? Grateful the reprieve, I nod. It's huge. I've never seen a Christmas tree that big before. When I was growing up, our neighbors always got a massive tree. They could barely get it in the house. It was a yearly tradition watching them fight with the doorframe to get the tree inside. I'll settle for a smaller tree and less of a struggle, thanks.
I was thinking.
Still, I bet that tree downtown will be beautiful at night when it's lit up. We should go see it sometime.
Yeah.
We should. Once it's safe enough to go out at night again, that is. What do you recommend for dessert? I picked the main meal, so you can pick dessert. Well, the people at the table next to ours order some sort of chocolate ice cream cake that looks pretty tempting. I take a surreptitious, however you say that, look at the table next to ours. She's right, it does look good.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Dessert is delicious, and by the time Natasha and I step back outside, I feel like this has been a perfect Saturday. On the sidewalk outside the restaurant, we face each other. So,
Thanks. I
I had a
appreciate it.
I had a great time today. So did I. And I have something for you.
Huh?
What? For me?
No problem.
I've really enjoyed spending time with you, so here. She opens up her bag and pulls out a small wrapped present, which she hands to me. It feels like a book. Can I open it
Yeah.
now? Yes, please. I tear off the paper. It's a newly released fantasy novel with a cover that features a man and a woman standing back to back with drawn swords. The quoted reviews describe it as a new must-read. I look up at Natasha, who watches me with a hopeful expression. I'm not quite up on the genre, but I did some research to try to find one that sounded like something you'd enjoy. It's got great reviews. I can't wait. Was she planning on this ever since we talked about books? Either way, she remembered what my favorite genre was. It's a perfect end to an already wonderful evening. My thoughts were in a whirl. Was this a date? We split the bill, but it could be considered a date. Should I treat it like a date? Or maybe I should ask her out on a proper date? That sounds like the best course of action. Take a deep breath. Can I ask you something? I swallow back the words I was about to say. What is it? I probably shouldn't ask this at all, but I don't want to go alone, and I don't know who else I could ask to go with me. I'd be happy to go with you. I have the rest of the evening free, so if there's somewhere you don't want to go alone, you can count on me.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Adrian. Where are we going? I almost turned back when I realized where we're going.
Sorry.
Oh, crap. We're going to the pool, the other pool? Sorry, I should have warned you. The building is quiet and still. Only a few people are here this late in the evening, and the distant sound of their voices cause a sense of reassurance. The lobby desk stands empty, though. Whoever's on duty must have stepped away. Why didn't you want to come here? I thought you were done with practice for the day. I am. I just wanted to come here for closure. She visibly swallows. I thought maybe you could tell me where they were, when it happened. Specifically, I know it was the pool, but... Her voice is quiet. She's twisting the edges of her sleeves with anxiety. It must have been difficult for her to ask this. My phone rings before I can respond. I see Singh's number and I draw a sharp breath. Just a second. I put enough distance between us so that she won't be able to overhear and then answer the phone. My heart is pounding. Hello? Adrian? This is Detective Singh. Where are you? I'm at the recreation center. The crime scene? Yes. Are you alone? No, Natasha is with me. Stay where you are. I'm on my way over there right now. Why? What's going on? Have you caught the killer? We don't have enough evidence to make an arrest yet, but I have a pretty good idea of who it is. I can't discuss this over the phone. Okay. Just be careful. Stay with Natasha Diadra if you can. Don't go off alone with anyone else. Ideally, you should have more than one person with you. Then
I'll talk to you soon.
I'll be there soon. He hangs up. Would it kill him to explain? God, I think it's Fawn again. Ugh! I think it's Fawn again. There was a thing that she said earlier that she said before about like asking if I have any family in the area and like, gosh, I think it's Fawn. I put my phone away and rejoined Natasha. Are you ready now? Ready? To go to the pool. My stomach flips. In my excitement over Singh's call, I almost forgot why we're here. Natasha wants to revisit the crime scene with me. Alone. I hesitate. Cause like, I don't know. He said stay where you are. I'll be there soon. But I don't want her to go off by herself. But I don't know if it's a good thing to go back to the crime scene too. Shoot. I'm gonna see if I don't go with her, maybe she'll stay with me, please? I don't think my voice comes out as tremulous, but I swallow hard and try again. I don't think I'm ready to go in there. Natasha exhales slowly and bows her head. I understand. She bites her lip and looks towards the pool entrance. Detective Singh is on his way here to meet with me, though. Once he's here, maybe we can all go in together. All right. Oh, good. Okay, we're waiting together. Good. Okay. We wait in the lobby together for Singh to arrive, and I can tell Natasha is anxious, but when our gazes meet, she manages a smile. She reaches out, and I take her hand. We'll get through this, I promise.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you. At last, the lobby doors open, and Singh steps inside.
I apologize.
Sorry for the inconvenience, Adrian. I wanted to talk to you in person to explain the situation, and I had concerns about having you go to the station alone at this time of night. Are you free to go now? Wait, is it possible for us to visit the crime scene first?
Oh.
Oh? I'm the one who wants to go in there. I thought it might help me find closure. I see. That shouldn't be a problem. Let's go then. The air is warm and humid, but I still break out in shivers when we step into the pool area. My memories of that night are so fresh. I half expect to see bloodstains on the tile surrounding the pool, yet it's as clean as if nothing ever
Ah,
occurred. So, where did it happen? Her voice trembles. The precise location of the attack was here. Singh answers for me and strides forward to indicate the area in question. He seems completely calm. In contrast, my heart is racing. It's almost as though I can smell the blood in the air.
Hmm?
I assume you're asking about your teammates, that is. The first victim was killed in the locker room area. Natasha walks slowly towards the area he indicated. Then she drops to her knees alongside the pool.
I'm so sorry.
She covers her face with her hands.
I'm sorry I left the team. I'm sorry I resented you. I couldn't make it on my own. I saw you all still getting win after win, and I felt so bitter. If I hadn't left the team, would things be different? Would you still have been at the pool that night? Would I have somehow been able to change things? I wish there was some way I can make up for it. I'm so sorry.
Her shoulders shake as the sound of her sobs fill the air. Natasha. I glance at Singh, but he seems completely impassive as he watches. I walk toward her slowly, and my legs tremble, the memory of that night still too oppressive, bearing down on me with each step I take. Yet at the same time, all I can see is Natasha crying for her lost teammates. Her grief is so raw, it overshadows everything else. I drop into a crouch alongside her, and I place my hand on her shoulder.
It's not your fault, Natasha. There's nothing you could have done.
We argued, got into fights, and now I'll never be able to take it back. I'll never see any of them ever again. I'm so sorry.
She turns toward me and presses her face against my shoulder. Startled, I falter for a moment before I wrap my arms around her and hold her close. I resist the urge to look back to see if Singh is still watching
It's
us.
all right. Everything's going to be all right.
Time seems to stretch on forever as Natasha cries in my arms, my own heart breaking as I try to console her. At last she lifts her head. She wipes her eyes with the edge of her sleeve.
Sorry.
Her voice cracks.
Some date, huh?
She manages a tremulous smile and I hug her again. Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Thank you for coming here with me. I don't think I could have done this all alone. Yeah. She sighs and sniffles again. A gentle quiet falls over us. Then she peers into my face. Are you okay? It must be traumatic for you to be here again, especially with what you know now, and all I was thinking about was how I felt. It's okay. Is it? I look out over the water. When I blink for a second, I swear I can see blood staining the tile and dripping into the pool. To be honest, I don't know if that memory will ever stop haunting me,
I love you.
but it's getting better. I think I can get through this. I hesitate, then turn to look at Natasha again, especially if you're with
Yeah.
me. Of course. Her voice is barely above a whisper. We look into each other's eyes, and my heart starts pounding for reasons that have nothing to do with the murder. In such a short span of time, we've become friends and possibly more. I stand up slowly and reach out to help Natasha to her feet. Her face is still tear stained, but she manages a smile. Ready to go?
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. As we turn to leave, I take one look back at the pool. Somehow it doesn't seem as ominous as it did when we entered. Something catches my eye and I crouch down. There's a small round object lying on the tiles, a button. Flecks of red stain the surface. Could the police have missed this? It's tiny, so I can see where it might have been overlooked. Yet at the same time, it's somehow familiar. My heart leaps into my throat. I pick up the button before I can think better of it and stare at the design around the edge. That's one of Edwin's buttons. Thoughts crash into one another as I try to grasp on the situation. The police have already investigated the place and then reopened it to the public. This button could have gotten there any time since then. On the other hand, why would Edwin be here at all? Why would he lose a button at the pool? Why is there blood on it? Even though it seems difficult to accept the police could have missed such a piece of evidence, I can't think up an innocent explanation for why the button would be here.
Hmm?
What are you looking at? Panic jolts through me, but it's too late to even think about what to do. Sing is already by my side, peering down at the button.
What?
A button with blood on it? What?
Um,
It can't be evidence that was overlooked, can it? No, it can't. His answer comes as a surprise.
what are you talking about?
What are you saying? You recognize this button, Adrian. Is that why you acted so strangely when you saw it? So he noticed my reaction, huh? I suppose there's no sense in hiding it now. It looks similar to the buttons I've seen on one of Edwin's shirts.
Hmm.
As I suspected. I'm sure if we take the button to the lab and have it analyzed, the blood will turn out to be from one of the victims, too. Something about the way he says it gives me pause. He doesn't look like he thinks this is conclusive evidence against Edwin, but he admits that all the signs point in that direction. That could only mean it's Fawn. It is Fawn. She's trying to frame Edwin. Hold on, are you saying the button was planted here to frame him? Yes. I knew it. We searched the crime scene thoroughly during the investigation. That button could not have gone undetected unless it was an out-of-the-way spot, and you found it right here in the opening. Blech. Then there's the matter of how a button could be torn from the killer's clothing when they were covered from head to foot.
I'm not entirely sure.
The circumstances make it look as though it was torn off during a struggle, but the more I consider the situation, the more holes appear. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small bag, which he slips the button into. I'll take it back to be analyzed nevertheless. If my suspicions are correct, this could lead us to the true killer. Even though it's Edwin's button, whoever placed this button here would need to have contact with him to take the button from him, as well as access to the victim's blood. That will narrow down the list considerably. It's Fawn! Oh, it's her again! God. Oh my gosh. I was hoping I was going to get a different killer in each playthrough, but I did not. Hold on. Natasha stares at him with wide eyes. The way you're talking, it sounds like the killer would have to be someone at the station, yes. You don't sound very surprised. He doesn't answer. You already suspect someone, don't you? I need proof, that's why I'm taking this with me. Need some help, Nick? I'd be glad to take whatever it is you found. Fawn's voice makes me jump. She stands in the door leading to the hallway with a cheerful smile on her face. Sing's expression hardens. Fawn. Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I'll take care of this evidence myself, however. Fawn smiles and turns to leave. All right then, I just thought you might need help. Sing reaches for his gun, and then Fawn spins around, her own gun in hand pointed straight at us. I knew you were going to try something, Nick. Wouldn't it be much easier if you just let me walk out of here? Wait a minute, you're not saying it's her, are you? Would appear to be the case. No. Fawn always seems so friendly, so eager to help. Has she been leading the investigation astray this entire time?
No.
Fawn, you tried to frame Edwin?
Oops.
It was a clumsy attempt, I'll admit. I was banking on you finding the button yourself and turning it over to the police without the advantage of Nick seeing the scene. Really, I thought using that special knife of his would be enough, but it seems I misjudged the situation. I don't understand. Why did you do it? Why did you kill them? Tears choke Natasha's voice. Did you even have a reason? Isn't it obvious? I wanted to commit the perfect crime. Well, it wasn't perfect this time, Fawn.
No.
It wasn't perfect. Yes, I see that now. I made too many mistakes. So what was all for then? A failed experiment, I suppose. She sounds so disheartened that I'd almost feel sorry for her if we weren't talking about the murder of several innocent people. What happens now? I have no choice. I'll have to go on the run.
Don't move.
Don't be a fool. Give yourself up. Come quietly with me to the station. You make it sound like it'll be a slap on the wrist. After everything I've done, I'm not stupid enough to believe that. Those premeditated murders, Sing, and you know as well as I do this won't end well. You planning to kill us?
Nah.
No, I don't see the point. Give up. Your perfect crime is over. Can't believe I made so many mistakes. I thought I had what it took, but I failed. Running now won't change that. It'll just make you another fugitive. Fawn smirks.
This is just a theory, but
You never know. I could become the fugitive who vanishes without a trace. Her finger squeezes the trigger. Get down! He pushes us down to the floor, shielding us as Fawn fires. Her laughter echoes over the sound of another shot, then footsteps pelt out of the pool. Sing scrambles to his feet and runs after her. Dazed, I look at Natasha. Do you think he'll catch her?
Adrian, hey.
I don't know. I think she just fired at us to distract us. I bet she had this plan from the moment she confronted us in here. At least it doesn't seem like she'll come after us again. Yeah. Her gaze is dark, and I know she's thinking about her former teammates. I hold out my hand to Natasha and help her to her feet. For us, at least, it's over. Fawn. It's her again, and now I have to do her route next time. Ugh! Am I late?
Hey!
Actually, you're a little early. 3 days have passed since our confrontation with Fawn at the pool. She's still on the run. God. Boo! She escaped. That's so annoying. After giving Singh the slip, she used her position as a detective to buy time. By the time he got the word out, she'd vanished from the city. Natasha and I are still under police protection as witnesses, although Singh shares my view that Fawn has no interest in targeting us anymore. All the same, neither of us feels like going out just yet. I'm glad you're here early.
Oh?
That gives us a little time alone before the others get here. And as much as I'm looking forward to properly introducing Natasha to Edwin and the others at the study session without the case hanging over us, I've been hoping to spend some time with her. Natasha smiles and sits down next to me on the
I
couch.
love you.
What? She just said I love you, but that's not what she said. What? Once things have settled down, we should go out together again, just the two of us.
I love you too.
These are not the words that I'm reading. What the hell? I'd like that. Our fingers brush and I look down. Slowly, I take Natasha's hand. With a slight smile, she squeezes my hand in return. The killer is still on the run, but at least we have some sense of closure. We can move on with our lives and see what the future holds. And we'll face whatever it is together. What? I didn't get a kiss scene? What? I wanted a kiss scene with Natasha! God damn it. Freaking Fawn. It's her fault. Dude, how am I missing so much? What the hell? I was really hoping I'd be lucky enough to not have, have one of them each as the killer. But, dang. Oh. I really want to see Edwin as the killer. But I like the surprise of the randomly generated. I don't know. Frick on. She always ruins my endings. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this one, I guess. Where next time, I guess we're going after Fawn. I swear to God, if she's the killer again, I'm gonna be mad. Like, I know it's randomly generated, but geez. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one, where we will romance Fawn, finally. Better not be the killer again.